The number one cheap rocket Jersey firm.
Lonely Hearts Cafe.
Spicy conversations.
Vince Wright, the sports governor from Minnesota.
Manziel.
Microwave.
Reggie Long, a.k.a. Dollars and Cents.
Kicking it with KC.
X gon' give it to you. Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com, he got them tickets. I'm telling you, boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway, he's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you, smoothtickets.com. Once again, that's smoothtickets.com, or give him a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You got to tell him, though, that I sent you. You got to tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, smoothtickets.com. That's smoothtickets.com. Yeah!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Coming up in 15 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and tease this right now. Coming up in 15 minutes, we'll do the Funky Four in college football. All right, we'll kind of preview the top four, the most interesting 4 games coming up this weekend in college football. Last night was one of them, really. But let's just say for the weekend, we'll kind of preview the 4 most interesting games in college football coming up this weekend in the next segment of the Doug Stewart Show. Hey, we're brought to you by FireFan.com. Pre-register for my league right now. Let me tell you right now. Let me announce this as this is a perfect time to announce this. Firefan.com, the app will be released, and you're able to download it next week, Monday. Okay? So it's on and popping. It's on and popping. And so make sure you join the Doug Stewart Show League by going to firefan.com and using the promo code TDSS. All right? Once again, that's firefan.com and using the promo code TDSS. It's going to be real crazy. And also, let's see. What do we got here? You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Check this out, man. There's a new all-natural smart pill out that you got to try that has changed a lot of people's lives. People are looking for this pill all over the web. Now, here it is. Get smarter. Start right now. Go to the website and use the promotional code TDSS. The website is brainsense.com. All right? brainsense.com. Use the promo code TDSS and check it out. Once again, that's brainsense.com. Get smarter. Let me read some messages from the chat room on Spreaker.com. Don't forget, a little bit later on the show today, in about probably around 45 minutes, we'll talk some birthdays, entertainment, as well as an interesting little story about the nature boy, Rick Flair himself. You want to stay tuned for that. Very funny stuff. And we still got to give away the Ball Penis Award a little bit later today as well. Yeah. Yeah, we give out the Ball Penis Award to the Buster of the Week in Sports, Entertainment, and Beyond on Fridays. You can vote for one of the nominees in the Doug Stewart Show Facebook chat group, okay? Your nominees for the Buster of the Week are Phil Jackson for that posse remark, Mike Evans for backing out of his protest because he got criticized by Sage Steele, Sage Steele for criticizing Mike Evans for protesting the election of Donald Trump, Louisville Cardinals for getting embarrassed last night and giving up 11 sacks. Tony Romo for his crying press conference. Kanye West says that he didn't vote, but if he would have voted, he would have voted for Donald Trump. That's not a good thing. And y'all nominated Stephen A. Smith, man, for, as that ninja put it so eloquently, for submerging his tongue in the anus of white America on a repetitive basis. So those are your nominees. Quickly on Sage Steele, man. I don't really know her personally. And Sage Steele, I saw another something on social media where she was interviewing somebody, some white guy. And she, like, bent her head down and the guy was feeling in her hair or whatever, like she was a little puppy or something like that. Let me say this the best way I can say it, you know, because I really don't know Sage Steele. Once again, she filled in for Jay Crawford. That was his last name. She filled in for my man Jay Crawford several times. We did First Take over those years. And, you know, just understand this. She comes from a very different place than a lot of us that are listening to and doing this show right now. She just does, man. She's just different. I don't want to call her corny, but she's kind of corny. I'm not going to call her corny, though. She's just different. She's just different, man, and I don't know. I'm going to leave that alone, man, because I don't really have anything against her, man. She was always nice to me. She's just different, and some of the things that she said about this Mike Evans story and, you know, really just standing up, it appears, for the establishment. It's just not a good look in my opinion, but I really don't, you know, want to go in on her like that, so I'll just leave that alone. From Chico the Alpha in the chat room on Spreaker.com. He's a damn member, Doug. He don't know about that basement life coming from an alpha. Laugh out loud. And I think he's talking about Stephen A. Smith. I'll just leave that alone as well. From Corey, sometimes blood brothers don't get along. I think he's talking about Stephen A. Smith as well. That's a very true statement. That's a very true statement. And so, and listen, I'm not going to throw the man under the bus directly. Like, clearly, once again, clearly a lot of things Stephen A. Smith has said, and somebody made a very good point, and I've said this for a long time, and I'm going to say this the best way I can once again. Okay. I think Stephen A. Smith, you got to remember now, he had his own show that me and Ryan actually appeared on called Quite Frankly. Remember he had his own show called Quite Frankly on ESPN, just like any other black show on ESPN that came on like at midnight. Yeah. Yeah, me and Ryan actually had a show that came on at midnight at like 1 o'clock in the morning on ESPN. We were very thankful for the opportunity. I'm not mad. But Stephen A. Smith had this show called Quite Frankly, and then something happened. He pissed somebody off from ESPN, or maybe he pissed off somebody that watches ESPN, and they didn't renew his contract, just like they did with me and my brother. They didn't renew our contract. So they didn't renew his contract, and he had been gone from ESPN for a lot of years. Okay? Something happened. He got back in their good graces, and he got back on ESPN. Personally, what I can observe and what I've observed in Stephen A. Smith pre the first time he got fired and post when he came back, post after he got fired, when he came back to ESPN, is he is, what's the way I can put this? What's the best way I can put this? He is not going to do anything or say anything that's going to harm or jeopardize him getting that ESPN check. You know, it almost feels like that he was this, he was that dude, before he left the ESPN. But when he came back, he had a whole new attitude. And in a nutshell, his attitude was he wasn't going to do or say anything that was going to offend the wrong people and jeopardize him getting that check. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. I disagree with a lot of what he's saying, but listen, I like checks too. So I'm not really going to judge the man. I'm not really going to judge the man. I disagree once again with a lot of stuff he's saying, obviously. But, I mean, if you had checks coming in and then checks weren't coming in for an extended period of time, and you have the opportunity to get those checks again, even to a greater degree, I haven't walked a mile in the man's shoes. Put it like that. Yeah. From Grego X Squad, but when he hits his target amount, hopefully he can be true to himself. And that's what I've said about this show. When you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, that's what I said about this show from day one. Which really, I love this platform, this podcast platform. First of all, I think it's going to be very viable in the next coming years. I really think this thing is kind of like the wave of the future. And right now, everybody in the podcast world is positioning themselves to be there when it really, grows to what I think it could be. And secondly, the freedom, man. You don't understand. If y'all listen, man, you don't understand the pressure that comes from advertisers and marketing, man, where, you got to take care of them. You got to watch what you're saying. You're walking on eggshells. You got bosses. You got executives pulling you in offices, having meetings and this, that, and the other, man. Trust me. I get it. But this platform allows me to keep it as real as I possibly can. I mean, that's just the truth, man. That's just the truth. Now, if I would be a kinder, gentler, less real Doug Stewart Show, would I have a ton of sponsors lined up and more listeners? Maybe. But I feel good about myself when I go to bed at night. It's as simple as that. College football Funky Four coming up next. Don't go away. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. He got them tickets. I'm telling you. Boxing, baseball, NBA,